Welcome to our joint event celebrating a new and dynamic partnership between the Discovery Partners Institute in Chicago and DESY, located here in Hamburg's Science City. Two institutes with a shared vision to bring science to business. My name is Claire Dool, and I'm your moderator, and I'll be leading you through a transatlantic signing ceremony of the new cooperation agreement, and we'll be learning more about why this partnership is going to bring two sister cities even closer together. We would very much like you to tweet using hashtag DESY-DPI or hashtag Chicago-Hamburg. But with no further ado, let's set the scene with a video.
The aim of the collaboration with DESY is to bring two spectacular institutions together to do a number of things. First, share technology, help to understand opportunities to build businesses together, and actually be collaborative in the US market as well as the German and European market as we build those businesses, and potentially even bring two cities together, Hamburg and the city of Chicago, in such a way that we can share and collaborate around digital technologies.
The collaboration between DPI and DESY will strengthen the innovation activities in both ecosystems, and it's very important for us to really form successful businesses out of scientific activities. We would like to form a bridge between the staff members of DPI and DESY, but of course it will involve students, it will involve scientists, but also citizens of the two cities, because at the very end we are forming ecosystems, which means that we bring in expertise from industry, from science, and from the citizenships.
We collaborate with corporations to solve real problems and create new opportunities. We build lasting relationships across multiple parties to solve pressing, large-scale problems like climate resiliency, food security, and safe and secure personal data.
The expected outcome of this collaboration is that we want to form very successful businesses out of science, which means that we want to see scalable businesses which have a huge impact to the society. We start in niche markets with the scientific-driven businesses. And in order to scale this up to, let's say, to a bigger impact in the market, it is very crucial to think internationally, especially having a bridge in the US market.
This partnership will hopefully impact both areas in a couple ways. First and foremost, hopefully employment. The mission of DPI is to create equitable economic impact. This is a perfect way to do it, bringing great institutions together, sharing knowledge, sharing markets, sharing people, learning together, and building things.
DESY and DPI are on a parallel path and timeline in taking scientific research out of the laboratory into the real world. In 2026, DESY will open an integrated startup hub, the DESY Innovation Factory, to commercialize its technology built on its research. And in 2026, DPI will open its Innovation Center on the Chicago River. And we're going to be hearing from the leaders of both those institutes. So let's first welcome on stage Helmut Dosch. Helmut is an internationally recognized and award-winning physicist. He was previously the director of the Max Planck Institute for Metal Research and is now the director of DESY. Sir, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much for this kind introduction. Also a warm welcome to all of you. Good morning to Chicago and good afternoon here in Hamburg. So as it was stated, we are in the same timeline. We are 9 hours apart, but we are on the same timeline into the future. So we already heard in this introduction, the enormous ambition we have in this cooperation between DPI and DESY. And when I first heard about this possibility, then I was extremely enthusiastic, because what DPI proposes resonates extremely well with what DESY has as a future strategy, namely to more strategically try to bridge the discoveries from fundamental research into innovations and speed up this innovation process as much as we can. So therefore, I feel that this DPI-DESY cooperation now is really a very, very important milestone in our transatlantic cooperation in science and innovation. So we all remember the pandemic and also the successful development of the vaccine in a very heroic, German-US cooperation. But also the current geopolitical developments clearly tell us that we must work together even more closely across the Atlantic as we have done ever before. So therefore, I'm really enthusiastic about this bold DPI-DESY cooperation. It's a big pleasure to welcome warmly all of you. A special welcome goes to the president of the University of Illinois, Tim Killeen, the second mayoress of the city of Hamburg, Katharina Fegebank, who is a strong supporter of DESY, of science and innovation here in the city. It's a real pleasure to also welcome the US Consul General in Hamburg, Jason Chu, who gave us the pleasure to be with us. And I see eminent representatives from industry and politics who are honoring us today with their participation. So I wish you all that, and us all particularly, that this new DPI-DESY bridge will have a successful start and will lead us to new friendships also between people in our two most beautiful cities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, DESY is one of the leading accelerator centers, and the Hamburg campus has really become a magnet for startups focusing on deep tech and life sciences. But let's find out a bit more about the Discovery Partners Institute, which is part of the University of Illinois system. And I'm really pleased to be joined in Chicago by the president of the University of Illinois system, Tim Killeen. Over to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Claire, and welcome Chairman Dosch, along with everyone else here at the Discovery Partners Institute in Chicago. I share your enthusiasm, Chairman Dosch, and I look forward to a long and very dynamic partnership as we take these two amazing institutions forward in deep partnership with other like-minded organizations as well. Greetings also to all of those joining us from Hamburg. We're absolutely delighted to celebrate the beginning of this R&D and corporate development partnership between the University of Illinois System's Discovery Partners Institute and DESY. First, I want to offer my gratitude to our very own Lieutenant Governor of the state of Illinois, Juliana Stratton, for being here and joining us, and she will be speaking shortly. It is also an honor that Hamburg Deputy Mayor Katharina Fegebank is part of this incredible day for Hamburg, for Chicago, and for Illinois. I also deeply appreciate World Business Chicago President and CEO Michael Faschnack, I believe German origin, for being here, and Wolfgang Müssinger, Germany's Consul General here in Chicago, for also being here. To put it plainly, this for us is a really big deal. When the Discovery Partners Institute was created, this new partnership and all it makes possible is exactly the kind of collaboration in scale and impact that we had in mind. Broadly, DPI was conceived as a magnet for talent and ideas, capable of meeting the issues and opportunities facing our city, our state, and our world, and our times, all aimed at helping to create a better, more sustainable future that works for people from whatever background they come from. And this, I believe, is the University of Illinois system's mission at its very best. So we're all in. With this pact, we link two of the world's great research institutions and all the bright minds at work in both, leveraging the strengths of each as we seek solutions to the major challenges before us. And that includes building the foundation for the kind of sustainable economy that we all count on for the future. We will also connect two truly dynamic global cities and create new academic and economic bonds between our countries. Ideas and research will be translated into business and jobs for the public good. Markets will be opened, and ultimately lives and whole communities will be changed for the better. With this new agreement, DESY will also gain ties to our universities and all of our partners, our top-tier research universities in Urbana-Champaign, here in Chicago, our regional university in our state capital, Springfield, and all of our partners, including University of Chicago, Northwestern University, Illinois Tech, and many other institutions around the world. Our more than 26,000 faculty and staff are dedicated to the education of our more than 94,800 students, as well as the kinds of breakthrough research that changes the way we live and creates opportunities and jobs at scale and with excellence. Our system also includes 2 medical schools, a hospital here in Chicago, and a network of clinics committed not just to caring for the sick, but to building healthy lifestyles, training the next generations of medical professionals, and to research that leads to new medicines and therapeutics that extend and improve life. DPI is the anchor of a larger network devoted to innovation for our state, the Illinois Innovation Network, with 15 hubs around the full state. Most of them are in public universities and dedicated to meeting regional challenges. The U of I system also understands the importance of partnerships to unlock and extend our real power. And we're building these partnerships with our state government, with colleges and universities across our own state, with industry, and with international partners like DESY and the 5 universities in Taiwan, India, Israel, and the United Kingdom that are already DPI partners. The U of I system's capacity as a public system, the powerful platform we offer for innovation and performance, makes us a quintessential partner for collaboration. And I'm just so delighted that you've chosen to work with us in this fashion. Partnership will allow for shared resources, economies, enhanced research capabilities, workforce development, and so much more. Alone, as Helen Keller once wrote, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Thank you all again for being here, and I could not be more excited about the possibilities that lie ahead with this new agreement.
Thank you very much, Tim Killeen. A warm round of applause from our audience here in Hamburg. And as you said, indeed, it's all about translating scientific research into jobs and businesses and creating this sustainable economy. So let's stay over the other side of the Atlantic, and it's my great pleasure to present to you the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Illinois, Juliana Stratton. Juliana sits on many key councils, and she also leads the Justice, Equity and Opportunity Initiative, and she's also a proud alumni of the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So, Lieutenant Governor, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Juliana Stratton, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Illinois, and I use she, her pronouns. Thank you, Claire, for that warm introduction and for moderating today. I also want to thank DESY Director Helmut Dosch, University of Illinois System President Timothy Killeen, Second Mayor of Hamburg, Katharina Fegebank, Executive Director of Discovery Partners Institute, Bill Jackson, distinguished guests, and everyone who is joining us for your commitment to the partnerships that drive innovation. As an alumna of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, it is an extreme honor to join you all for this exciting announcement. In Illinois, our administration is focused on supporting our educational institutions because we know the profound impact of their programs and research on our state and beyond. And the Discovery Partners Institute is a testament to how far we can go when we join forces with our Chicago's business community and harness our strength to find solutions and create opportunities. From building up leaders in the tech world to being the home of groundbreaking treatments that improve the livelihoods of communities, Discovery Partners Institute fosters the connections to go even further. And that's exactly what brings us here today, connecting the transformational power of DPI to DESY and to Hamburg. DPI and the cutting-edge research power of DESY are coming together to go to the next level in recruiting and training tech talent, conducting applied R&D, and tapping into the spirit of entrepreneurship by launching new businesses. This partnership is a game changer that will not only open new markets, but we expect that DPI will also help DESY researchers commercialize its new technologies in the US, and DESY will do the same for us in Europe. And who doesn't love great win-win outcomes? Quite frankly, this is only made possible because few have the experience or pedigree that we find with DESY and DPI. And this partnership will only make each institution better, facilitating the exchange of ideas and expertise. You know, I often say that our only way forward is together. And the greatest examples of leadership are when we reach back to uplift others so that the next generation is empowered to carry the torch. So I'd like to just take a moment to say how proud I am that DPI's mission is centered on inclusivity and providing bright minds the tools to reach their full potential. In fact, more than half of DPI's resources are dedicated to training Black and Brown students for careers in the tech sector. The power of this partnership is that it's taking the major steps that will build a brighter future for all, not only by driving our institutions to reach higher, but also by building up underrepresented voices so they have the skills to make a difference. Today is the beginning of a bold vision for our communities. And I just want to, again, just thank President Colleen and Executive Director Bill Jackson for spearheading it. We are coming to the table at a global scale to dig into new ideas and share perspectives and expertise. And Illinois is committed to supporting the partnerships that work for the people of our state. This is indeed a big deal, President Colleen. So congratulations to all who made it possible, and I can't wait to see what's in store. I'll pass it back to you, Claire. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Indeed, this partnership is a win-win partnership. And let's move back to Hamburg, where it's my pleasure to introduce the Deputy Mayor of Hamburg, Katharina Fegerbank. And as Helmut Dosch was saying, she's really been a driving force in making Hamburg Germany's science hub. Katharina, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody here in this hall, and hello, everybody in the US, in Chicago, Illinois. It's great for me to be here today. First of all, I want to say good afternoon to Helmut Dosch and to Arik Wilner and to our Consul General, Jason Chu. It's fantastic to have you here and distinguished guests. And hello, everybody in I don't see you actually. I think you sit and watch the screen like we did. Dear Tim Colleen, dear Bill Jackson, and Juliana Stratton, thank you very much for your words. Indeed, it's a very great day for us here in Hamburg and for the metropolitan region of Hamburg. As well, it is a great day for DESY because this cooperation is a very special one, especially in these times where we have been facing a war for the past year and the first time after the Second World War we have a war in Europe. So I think it is very important to have strong bonds, to strengthen our transatlantic relationship, to strengthen the relationship between people, between scientists, and of course between businesses and business regions. And I would very much like to invite you all to come here to see what has happened in Hamburg over the past years, because we have gone through a very, very dynamic development, science-wise and business-wise, economy-wise. Hamburg has come from a tradition being a very proud port and tradesman city, and we have really developed over the past years into becoming a science and innovation metropolis. And if you could see how the place we are at the moment has developed over the past years, you would definitely be very, very astonished, because DESY and the surrounding research institutions have developed from hardcore, as I say, hardcore research and fundamental research institutions into a fantastic, very dynamic ecosystem of transfer and innovation, inviting not only scientists from all over the world, but also business people from all over the world to come here, and we have created a really good ecosystem. That's why I'm really happy to be here today, to be part of the science and signing ceremony, because I really think it will have a great impact for both ecosystems. We will definitely strengthen and enhance the partnership as well as exchange, and it is a great day because it brings not only our sister cities together, it also brings science together, it brings business together, and of course it brings people together, and that generates new ideas, and science is the key for the future of our societies, and this definitely is a place where this will happen, and therefore I'm very, very thankful for this cooperation, for strengthening transatlantic partnerships, and I wish you all the luck, and I really hope that we will have fantastic discoveries over the next years, and I can't wait to see the success of growing businesses, startups, and people coming here from all over the world. Thank you very much, and good luck for the signing.
Thank you very much, Katharina. Indeed, both cities, both institutes have really strong innovation ecosystems. And we're now going to hear in a video message from a lead scientist from DPI and also an entrepreneur who set up a business that spun off from DESY. So let's hear what the scientists and the entrepreneurs say about this partnership.
At Class 5 Photonics, we design and manufacture some of the most powerful femtosecond lasers in the world. Our systems are being used in research institutions mainly, and one of our core markets is the US. For us, it's especially beneficial to have access to an international network like the one that DESY creates here. We are really eager to collaborate with scientists, also with other entrepreneurs and startups within the DPI's innovation network. We are especially looking into access to new technologies, developing our markets, and finding opportunities to collaborate with the new partners.
Ich bin aufgewachsen in Deutschland, habe auch meinen Doktor in Deutschland gemacht, habe dann eine Stelle angefangen an der Universität in Edinburgh und 2013 bin ich dann zu der Universität in Notre Dame umgezogen in die USA und bin 2021 nach DPI. We are very proud of the dashboard where we can inform the public how COVID results are in their area. At the Discovery Partners Institute, we are all about collaboration. Together from either side of the Atlantic, we can move ahead faster and more effectively. Zusammen von beiden Seiten des Atlantiks können wir die Forschung schneller und effektiver vorantreiben.
There we are. You can hear the excitement from the scientists and the entrepreneurs about this closer collaboration and what it might mean in terms of access to each other's markets. So we now come to the moment that you've all been waiting for, which is the signing ceremony. We're going to go in alphabetical order, which means that we go to Chicago first. And I am delighted to ask Tim Killeen, President of the University of Illinois System, and Bill Jackson, Executive Director of DPI, to do the honors. So it's over to you in Chicago.
All right. Oh, yeah.
There you go, Tim.
Thank you very much. There we go.
All right, back to you.
Thank you very, very much, Chicago. And here in Hamburg, we have Helmut Dosch, the Director of DESY, and Arik Wilner, Chief Technology Officer, who are also going to do the honors. I will get out of the way.
Do I get a countdown, or should I? Oh, no.
Go with the flow.
Okay, so I start.
Okay, this is it, right?
Perfect. Thank you, gentlemen. A round of applause here in Hamburg. Super. Arik, please stay with me, because we heard in that opening video that Arik was very enthusiastic about the partnership, and we also have Bill Jackson, Executive Director of DPI, who's very enthusiastic. So I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Perhaps, Arik, obviously the first one, which is, why did you decide to partner with Chicago?
Well, first of all, DESY is a very international research center. So if you do innovation, it should be international. And of course, we have a lot of connections to US. We do have connections to California, of course, to Boston. But if you look at these ecosystems, they are very well defined. I mean, they have their partners. They have a structure very well formed. If you go to Chicago, what I really love about Chicago is that it's very dynamic. They are in a phase of transition towards a certain mission. And it's very similar to what we do in Hamburg here. It's really becoming an innovation metropolitan. It's really to shine as a tech city. And this is what we want to see. We want to develop together what is possible if you join forces and do innovation. And this is what we find in Chicago.
Absolutely, on the same path, this embryonic path of growing together. Bill, if I can ask you then, what was the decision that made you think that you wanted to partner with Hamburg?
Well, just as everybody's articulated, Hamburg is a spectacular city, second largest, I believe, in Germany. But more importantly, right, it is foundational, the science that's going on in Hamburg, the culture about innovation and entrepreneurship and business building relates directly to what we're trying to achieve here in Chicago as well. So it's a perfect match.
A perfect match. So, Arik, what do you hope to learn or to discover from the Discovery Partners Institute?
So Bill and myself, we had a lot of discussions, like what can we, think about, like joint activities and how to strengthen our ecosystems. And I think what I think is most important joining forces with DPI is learn about how to grow businesses out of science. Because when we have the German attitude is, of course, doing science and do it properly. And then maybe start a startup, but maybe a small one, which, can afford the people being in the company. But really scaling up businesses with a huge impact. This is something we have to implement in our culture. And this is something I'm sure we can learn from DPI and especially from Bill and his expertise.
Yeah, that American entrepreneurial spirit.
Exactly. It's also, you know, talking about money at the very end. Yeah, you have to invest money, you have to earn money, and this is something very un-German to talk about money. We love to talk about impact, but at the very end, it's about money, right?
Over to you, Bill. What do you hope to learn or discover from Hamburg and the way they operate?
Well, how can you not love ARC's view, right? So just there, the culture that we're driving together. So we've got a couple key areas that we can work together on and have started working together on. So we form science teams. These science teams are cross-cutting institutes, cross-cutting from institutes that work on these problems that then win more grants, and the whole purpose of the science team is to build a business around it. The concept is to seed these things and then bring the sciences together. There's usually not one thing that builds a business, there's multiple things that build a business. Bringing people together, right? I think there's a lot of understanding and opportunity because no one person sees the world perfectly, or we can always learn from differentness, right? And embracing differentness in a way. And this is a great opportunity to bring people together and find new routes, you know, collaborate, have diverging conversations that then can converge into a business building opportunity. And DESY actually, in all honesty, represents all the things we want to achieve.
Bill, there's a lot of enthusiasm. You've heard it in Chicago, you've heard it in Hamburg about what's next, what's in store. So can you give us some ideas, some practical ideas of the first concrete steps for this partnership?
Yeah, I think there's a great number of opportunities. The first one is form more science teams together, collaborate more together around the technology that can be built into the businesses. Share our understanding. DESY has a whole program about how to build businesses. We do as well. Let's share and contrast those. Let's, you know, pick the best and the brightest, and then actually go build a business. There's nothing better than doing things together. And then finally, you know, let's have interns cross borders, right? There's nothing better than having people from the university or DPI residing at DESY and vice versa.
Thank you, Bill. Arik, how does that sound to you, and what would you also like to see very concretely as a first step?
I mean, this is exactly what we want to see. I mean, exchange, we want to exchange ideas, we want to exchange people, we want to learn from each other. And as was mentioned in the speech, we are building 2 innovation centers at the same time. We will open the DPI Innovation Center in 26, we will open the DESY Innovation Factory in 26, which means that we really have a common discussion on how to build these kind of infrastructures, how to operate them, how to host businesses there from science. And this is one very important issue as well. And what I really would like to see, and I know that Bill likewise wants to see something like that, maybe we have joint ventures at the very end. Yeah, having science teams from DESY and from Chicago, from the university, having an idea and then creating a business, and maybe we can do this together and raise this business in Europe and US at the same time. This would be great to see.
Yes, a win-win solution, as the Lieutenant Governor said. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Arik.
Thank you.
I can see that it's not just a contract that's being signed, but there's a real personal connection between both of you and also the institutes, and we've seen that with the cities as well. So I would like to really wish Chicago some happy networking over lunch. We're approaching near to the end of our working day here in Europe, so we are most probably going to raise a glass to this new partnership. So I would like to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. That's all from DESY in Hamburg and DPI in Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Well done.
Thank you very much, Claire.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.